Katie?
Matt, federal authorities say that the hijackers were followers of Islamic militant Osama bin Laden, who is reported to have strong family ties in Boston, where heavily armed FBI agents stormed the Westin Hotel on Wednesday. NBC's Chris Hansen has more on that story. Chris?
Good morning, Katie. NBC News has now confirmed reports here in Boston that a ramp pass was found in a rental car here at Logan Airport that has been linked to two of the hijacked suspects. Now, a ramp pass, as its name suggests, is a pass that gives someone access to restricted areas of the airport. Now, this indicates two things. One, that the suspects were casing out the airport in the days before the hijacking, and two, as we reported yesterday, that perhaps the hijacked suspects had inside help here at the airport, and that's why it's been a focus of this investigation. Investigators now believe they've identified all of the hijackers, but they still believe there may be as many as another 40 suspects involved. Wednesday in Boston, rapid-fire developments as the long arm of the law reached out across town trying to grab those responsible and those who might know anything about the plot. At the Westin Copley Plaza Hotel, 3 people were detained. The hotel was evacuated as a precaution. The bomb squad was brought in just in case. But by late evening, the 3 people were released. Investigators now say they had nothing to do with the terrorist attack. At another hotel in Boston, police and FBI agents confiscate a car, as well as what appeared to be a 767 flight manual. Cab drivers as well as baggage handlers at the airport are questioned by FBI agents. Did they have ties to the hijackers? Did the terrorists have inside help? FBI sources tell NBC they've felt for some time there's been a terrorist cell in the Boston area with direct ties to Osama bin Laden. Harvard terrorism expert Jessica Stern believes its members have been planning the horrific hijackings possibly for years.
This operation clearly required a great deal of advanced planning. The group knew that a good time to strike was when Americans had come back to work after Labor Day, when Congress was back in session. They knew that they were going to get a tremendous amount of attention. They had to think about that.
The first big break in the case came here in Boston after police are led to a rental car just like this one in a parking garage at Logan Airport. Sources link it to 2 brothers, one an experienced pilot, both with passports from the United Arab Emirates. Inside the car, they find flight instruction manuals in Arabic. 2 more hijackers are believed to have entered this country from Canada and flew to Boston Tuesday morning from Portland, Maine. And federal sources say one of their bags didn't make the transfer to one of the ill-fated flights. Inside, a video training tape for flying commercial jets, a copy of the Quran, and a fuel calculator.
I can assure you that absolutely everything will be done to identify and bring the perpetrators to justice.
Airport authorities defended their security practices, but admitted they'll be taking aggressive measures when Logan reopens. It is still not clear exactly when Logan Airport will reopen. There may be some limited flights today, but there are still a number of security questions here, including why it didn't raise suspicion when some of the hijackers, virtually at the last minute, bought one-way tickets and were able to board the plane with nobody apparently asking any questions. Katie?
But Chris, it's your understanding, and I guess John Ashcroft said this earlier, that the names of all the hijackers on each plane are known now?
Virtually all of them. I mean, they have the manifest. They've been able to match them up. As the Attorney General said, they believe that between 3 and 6 hijackers were on board each plane for a total of perhaps 20 to 22. They're still going over those lists, and there's no guarantees that they haven't missed somebody, but they think they have a pretty good handle on it. Yes, Kelly?
And I also understand, Chris, that Osama bin Laden's brother lives in Boston. Is that right?
That's true, Katie. In fact, he has, we are told, donated large sums of money to Harvard College here. The press spokesman for the family maintains, as well as Harvard maintains, that there is no real link between the brother and the terrorist Osama bin Laden, except for blood. I was going to say, it's certainly curious, though, isn't it? Well, it is, and there's also another relative here, Katie, who owns 6 luxury condominiums not far from here. There are other connections amongst people who have lived here. There are are people who have been known to federal investigators for some time, people with suspected ties to groups in the Middle East. In fact, I'm told by federal investigators that there's been monitoring for the last couple of years here and in other places across the country. Some of these suspects have been known to federal authorities, but have not really done anything to be arrested or detained in the past.
And certainly their activities have not been carefully tracked, obviously. Well, NBC's Chris Hansen in Boston. Chris, thank you very much.